Hi guys. My live long and prosper isn't as strong as it usually is because I'm pretty much hand numb again. So, I've decided to try this as a live this time. I did record it, but it went a bit wrong. So, making oneself look like a prat, take one. This is my room. You guys can normally not see this well because my lighting is pants. But I thought, okay, best place to do it is the room, even though you can't really see my bookshelf. And on a lot of other people's unboxings, they have like a wall of the bookshelf. Bookshelf envy. I am not afraid of it. But I figure this show is me. Greyjoy, reader, Shadowhunter fan. This video is a Fairyloot unboxing. Now, Fairyloot is a YA subscription box in which you get a new release book every month, plus trinkets and things related to a theme. Now, I originally started this to give myself a list of some new books to read to get me away from the series and authors I'm used to, because the whole idea of only having 6 books to read for Alternity that Dr. Jackson talked about was getting to be a very big reality. Only in my case it was 6 authors. But I still haven't picked up the 2 books that I've actually been given in the last 2. But that's not to say I'm not going to. Anyway. It is a UK-based subscription company, although they are starting an American wing, I guess. Whatever you call the version of a country in another version of a company in another country. They are possibly one of the cheaper YA boxes or general subscription boxes at £30 plus postage. But the books they give you are like worth 14-15 quid themselves. So you have to write it up and then decide if it's worth it for you. I decided to do a March to March, a year worth, to then decide. Well, technically it would be February to February, but you pay for one, but you don't get February's, you get the month afters. It's like a month in lieu. Anyway. My usual openings to these things is the fact that I'm really bad at pronouncing last names, as everybody knows. I say it as I see it, and that sometimes either sounds offensive or is really wrong. And as I said before, my lighting is bad. If anyone actually decides to join this live, be my guest, ask questions, I'll see what I can do. Now, I did try and record this earlier today, so I have seen everything that's in this box. So you're not going to get the weird responses from me that you got last month with when I found the sticker of Magnus and Alec. I'm not a Malik fan, but anything to do with runes or Shadowhunters, everyone knows I'm that. Anyway, so without further ado, this is June's unboxing. The theme is broody banter, which I do my best not to say with my accent because it sounds very strange. Every month you get a spoiler card. Beautiful piece of artwork by an artist called Taj. I can never pronounce it. I'm going to end up asking him one of these days. If it is her, I'm not entirely sure. But another unboxer said it was. Now, as well as being an awesome piece of artwork, it's also the spoiler card, which kind of gives a brief description of everything that's in here, plus who it's by and why they decided to add it. So you have some idea, and you have a written log of authors if they're not already mentioned in the product. There are some pretty strange things in here today, this month. Now, it would have been last week that I did this, but I was in Liverpool when it arrived. Early, which is unusual. Well, I say unusual, I've had 2 months worth of it so far, so I guess I can't really state it's a pattern until I'm at least on month 5. Early for what I know. So, broody banter. Now, a lot of unboxers on YouTube and stuff try to theme their clothes or their room or try to do something in touch with the theme of the month. I was thinking, and without having anything Will Herondale apart from my two little crochet wool and gem, which you can't, they look like two little blurs in the corner. I don't really have anything broody or banter about my room and my outfit apart from varying characters if you kind of can't see them. But then I thought, I have a broody banter t-shirt. Rock Slid Panda. You don't get broodier than a vampire, and you don't get sassier than a daywalker vampire who weeks before didn't even know that vampires existed outside of D&D and other stuff. Go Simon. Right, on with the show. The first item in this box is the first item I picked up before. Right, I apologise if you cannot read this. It is tea. It is mermaid tea. Inspired by Lyra. I hope I said that right. It is strawberry and kiwi flavour. Now, I'm not a big tea drinker. I'm not a big coffee drinker either, but I'll give anything a shot. And this is iced tea, so it's not going to be completely vile. Serves 4 people and makes a litre. Now, this is one of the things that I'm going to start doing. I'm going to start having a box for anything from the Fairyloot collection that can go to conventions with me. This is there, along with a hell of a lot of stuff from the other 2 boxes. Now, once you're picking out an item out, if you want to know more, we turn to the spoilers card. You can't have a good session of bantering without a cup of tea. Don't worry though, we've got you covered. Brew some delicious strawberry and kiwi mermaid tea inspired by Lyra from Tequila Kingdom by Alexandra Christo. The tea is made by the lovely people at the Tea Leaf Company. Now, I have heard of them. They have been used in previous Fairyloots. Mermaid tea made me think more like seaweed flavour, which would have been just weird. Which I guess you could call like kiwi bobs, I guess. The next item, which I'm not completely unpacking because I always end up losing one if I unconnect them, a pair of ankle socks with little, I'm not sure if you can see that, paw prints, and a quote which says, "Simmer down, kitten," inspired by Damon from the Lux series, by Jennifer Armentrout. I'm not sure there's another way to say that where you don't sound like you're calling somebody a fish. So if I'm offending you by pronouncing it the fish way, and it isn't, please tell me. Now, I do like green, but I prefer my stuff black. So this might go to a cosplay. Maybe my Arsenal cosplay. Does Section 31 wear socks? Guess I can ask Shazad in a few weeks. Okay. I swear there's a green theme this week because you have the mermaid tea, which has got green on the cover. You've got the socks, which are green, and then you have an iron-on patch from the Raven Boys. Now, it's inspired by a character called Ronan. Now, I haven't read the Raven Boys. I haven't read anything that's in this box apart from, well, you'll know when you see it. It's designed by Bookmark Tattoos, and it has, well, the name of the book, The Raven Boys. If anyone who knows me knows I have a thing with ravens. Especially because of my little Hugin up there, which I really wish I could show you guys, but I don't want to unbalance the camera with my bad hands, so I've got pictures on my Facebook. I have a little plushy raven. Actually, not that little. Medium. Name is Hugin, as in Hugin and Munin, Odin's 2 ravens. And then, next is a set of... I thought they were bookmarks. They're not. They're... paper clips. I'm not entirely sure if you guys can see that or not. Now, I really wish I could show you a better close-up of our little blonde boy here. You'd see the one connection I have with the box. These are, where's it gone? Enamel paper clips, designed by Taratage, the person, I'm assuming it's a girl, I apologise if it isn't, who does the covers. Includes Jace from the Mortal Instruments, Blonde Boy. He has a different rune on his neck. Jax from Caraval series by Stephanie Garber. Rowan from Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas, and a general quote which says, "Mad and fab." Next, because I'm buzzing through this, I just like showing everyone what's in the box. Enamel pin. Inspired by Aedan from the Witchlands by Susan Dennard. It is designed by Iron and Ink Designs. Now, it's an arrowhead necklace, which, although it isn't one of my fandoms, fits with a lot of my other fandoms. There's a quote around it which says, "Sometimes justice was all about the small victories." Now, I make a list out of these, and I'm hoping to get through some of the books. Apologise if you're hearing sneezing, it's my mother. Some are standing out more than others, like the Raven Boys and the Grishaverse, which I actually have. I got the Grishaverse collection. Now, I'm not entirely sure if this counts or what, but this is a comic card from Avatar: The Last Airbender, if I'm right. I recognise the scarring on the boy's eye. We were waiting for a perfect time to include a print of Zuko from Avatar: Last Airbender. Finally did it. Both the print and comic are drawn by Taratage. Taratage. I'm saying Taratage, but it's in Taratage. My pronunciation sucks. And this is my video, my Facebook, so you can take the piss out of me all you want. I really do not care. Now, the loot scoop is usually in the pack with the book, but I can't put the book back in the pack to make a show of taking the book out of the pack because my hand, it looks normal, but I cannot move my two fingers. In here is a deleted scene from the book that's in the box, an interview with the author, and information about if you want to catch up with the collection of the tarot cards, which they finished the book last series of tarot that they were using for the tarot cards last month. I think it was Sarah J. Maas's books, I'm not sure. This month they start with the new set. Still the same tarot cards, but they change books. It'll be like 4 cards, I think. And it starts with Harry Potter, which is where I could use some of your help, because although I have read the books, I'm not as good at the characters as some of my friends. Anyway, another thing that's usually in the pack with the book is this. An art card based on the book, with a letter from the author on the back. Now, when I first saw this, I thought of Loki and Belle from Beauty and the Beast, with the Church, or Chim and Meow, of course, depending on your preference of cat. But I'm starting to see more of a Doctor Strange-esque thing to it. She still reminds me of a cross between Belle and Tessa, but I guess the kind of point, strong female characters. Every so often you get an advert card for another book. In this case, it's Shadow and Flame by Mindy Annette. A powerful girl possessed of strange magic, the outcast prince she loves, and the kingdom that's torn them apart. It's a sequel to a book called Onyx and Ivory. Ah, right. This is what I was looking forward to the most from this month, is a reading journal. Now, for somebody who wants to get back into, like, get their reading back, this is good for me, right? It has pictures in it of broody characters, like, where are you? I opened it the first time and I went straight to a page which had me squeaking, which is another reason I'm kind of glad that I can't post the other video. Where are you, you self-indulgent? Ah, there he is. Carden from Cruel Prince. There's a list on the spoiler card of the other characters who are mentioned in here, but Carden's the one that stood out for me. Anyway, this is a book journal. You list what days it is, what day you start a book, what day you finish a book, what your favourite quotes from some books, random thoughts about the book you're reading or the book you've just read, and then, I'm not having a good day looking through this thing. There's a section where you can write like a list of books you've read, and here we are. Books you've read, books you're reading, author, start date, end date, and rating. Oh, and books to read at the bottom, and like what price they are. Now, I originally made a pact that I would not buy another hardcover book or another physical book unless they were Cassie or Ben or Gail. And then that just went a bit strange, and Gail became one of my ebooks. But with Fairyloot, because the majority of the books are special, like sprayed edges or hardbacks, and they're all new releases, I'm going to have to dedicate an entire shelf at this rate. I picked up the wrong card. Okay, reading journal. Covers the months of June to December, and it features beautiful layout designs by Fiction Tea Designs and stunning art by Monoline Art. You might spot some of your favourite broody characters, including Maya from Nevernight by J. Christoph, Rook from Enchantment of Ravens by Margaret Rogerson, Manon from Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas, Holland from A Darker Shade of Magic by V. E. Schwab, Aiden from Bloodwitch by Susan Dennard, and Carden from The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. Now, Cruel Prince is obviously the one that I recognise because I've just finished the second book, Wicked King, and today, of all days, the day I get this, it's been announced that the third book, Queen of Nothing, is going to be out in November. I think it was originally meant to be out in January next year, and she's been messing with the dates, or the publisher has. I really hope that I've got through a few books before the next Holly book comes out, because the second that book comes out, I don't care what I'm reading, unless it's Cassandra, of course. Down books, up Holly Black. Okay. Oh, forgot the best thing. So, every so often you get these exclusives. Like last month there was the mint tin and the keyring of the crown, which I couldn't read, which was ridiculous because it was one of my favourite Carden quotes. Kiss me until I'm sick of it. So I'm going through the box, and I come across, it's open now, but it was closed. Closed black box with the Fairyloot logo on, and a quote from Roald Dahl. Check this. And above all, watch with glittering eyes the whole world around you, because the greatest secrets are always hidden in the most unlikely places. Those who don't believe in magic will never find it. I haven't read Roald Dahl since I was a kid. Well, actually, since I was in high school. Ironically helping somebody else to learn to read, which, when you know me, is a bit odd. But, oh, it's done it again. Here. That's probably like shaking. And then this slipped into my hand, as you'd expect. Okay. Those who know me know why this is awesome. Right? It's a book. Right? Wrong. It's a book. Box. With broody bantery quotes from different books. And the first one mentioned up here. I'm not sure if you can see the rune. It's from Jace. Jace Bloody Herondale. A diary with no drawings of me. Where are the torrid fantasies? The romance covers. Cassandra Clare, City of Bone, Jace. I'm not sure if it is, but I think the boy pictured might actually be Carden from Cruel Prince, because he's holding. It looks like he's holding fairy fruit, and then the quotes from him. So that's what's. There's a crown next to him, so the crown might be his representation, and the boy might be Manon from Air of Fire. Anyway, Carden's quote is not the one I expected. How has the night been for you? Mine has been full of dull conversation about how my head is going to find itself on a spike. Holly Black, Cruel Prince, Carden. Then you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the quotes. That's 8 quotes. And, watch. So you could stand it that way. Oh, hang on. That way. That's what the Roald Dahl quote was on about. Always look out, like, magic hidden in the strangest, the most unusual places. Now my brain says use this for convention IDs, but I've been after something like this for ages, because I had a makeup box that was like this and it got a bit wrecked. This will, if I do end up dedicating a shelf especially to Fairyloot, this will go along with the book itself. But now I can use it for the purple stuff. Now, the only warning with Fairyloot that I've found so far is you have to be prepared for purple stuff. What's purple stuff, you ask? This is purple stuff. Springy. I have been picking this up, even in places this box hasn't been. Top floor, in the car, in my bag that I haven't used in about 3 months. And I've only got 3 of these, so I've had, this is technically 4 months on. So this is going to go in my book box until I get down. So I've actually started collecting it, because it can be useful. They're the bits that I knew I was missing something. Anyway. Spoiler card. Spoiler card. The next item is one that our team has been working on for months, and is one of our absolute favourite items that we've ever included in a box to date. It is an exclusive secret book of banter, and is designed by the lovely Never and Tale, and will blend among other books. Now, the only reason it won't blend among other books for me is that the majority of them say Ben Aronovich or Cassandra Clare. But would if I still had my classics out, but my classics are in my cupboard, and I've kind of stoppered my cupboard with my Greyjoy box, with my Greyjoy flag. Alright, let's see if it can handle purple stuff. It can handle purple stuff. Well, hey. Okay. Now every month you get a bookmark designed along the lines of the art card that is your spoiler card. Like a miniature version. See? I don't actually know where my other 2 have gone. I'm going to have to dig them out. Here we are, tarot cards. The first 2 Harry Potter tarot cards are, now this character is the one that I recognise, the Magician. Right? And this is the one that I need a bit of help with. It's Death. Now my first thought was Malfoy, and then maybe Lucius, but I'm not entirely sure. I thought he was wearing green, but then I realised the green's actually coming from around him. But there are snakes on the scythe, so my guess is it's definitely a former or current Slytherin student. The last trinket before the book is a woodmark. Not a bookmark, a woodmark. I'm not very girly, but I love roses. Blame Sealy's. Actually, blame Snow White. Anyway, the quote is, "He tasted of sweet liquor and every delicious dark dream she'd ever had." It's from a book called Falling Fire by Elise Cover. Now, I'm using the magnetic bookmarks, which ironically I have the other three right here, from last month's, but you can never have too many bookmarks. You can never have too many bookmarks, you can never have too many enamel pins, and you can never have too many tote bags. Or lanyards, but since I've got my Shadowhunter lanyard, I don't really seem to go into my lanyard box. Okay, so finally, the book. Our featured book, give me one moment, I don't want to damage this thing because I'm one-handed. See, purple stuff. Our featured book is Sorcery of Thorns by Margaret Rogerson. It is a Fairyloot exclusive with shimmery sprayed edges, which you can't really see the shimmer, but imagine Magnus, the green shimmery outfit. And it is also signed by Margaret. We have also included an exclusive deleted chapter in the Fairy Scoop, which I showed you earlier. You can expect sword-wielding librarians, romance, grimoires filled with magic and broody characters with top-notch banter. The stunning character art card, which I showed you before, is done by the talented ARZ28. I'm guessing R's. Now, the problem with me is I love book covers. I'll pick a book based on the cover and then regret it because the cover's cool but the book isn't. But from that, and from what I've read of the blurb, and 1, 2, 3, 4 references by other authors, I'm looking forward to this. And she's a New York Times bestseller, just like two of my favourite authors, Cassandra Clare and Gail Carriger. Okay, so Sorcery of Thorns by Margaret Rogerson. Ow. See, dead hand. So, look. Sparkles getting everywhere. See, signed by the author. I like her penmanship. It's not often I say that. I could just like sit here and look at the sparkles on the edges for ages. If I wasn't using my phone to record, I'd use my torch to show you guys the sparkle. But trust me, I've got sparkles on my hands now. Sparkly, sparkly, sparkle. Can that help a bit? Nah. Sorry guys. Just have to take my word for it. And the word of whoever else does unboxings. There's quite a few. Purple stuff. It gets everywhere. Now, thanks to Fairyloot and prolific writers who I like, likes of Holly Black, Cassandra Clare, Ben Aronovich, I'm slowly lagging in my resolution to start reading again. I mean, I am reading, but not as much as I thought I would be by now. I just finished Wicked King, and I'm trying to decide whether I should pick up one of the books that I got from Fairyloot, which probably, if I do, would probably be The Beholder, which was last month's. Having box trouble here in it. Pardon me. probably be the Beholder from last month, or whether I should finally bite the bullet and start the Dark Art start Emma Carstairs' books. The only series of Cassandra Clare that I haven't read anything of yet, although I do pretty much know everything that happens. And no, Michelle, before you say it isn't because of RPing with you guys or talking to Heather, although she goes to say something and goes, spoiler! Even now, and I know I'm behind, but I like to be prepared. I like to have all my ducks in a row, as it were. I wasn't even expecting another Ben Aronovich book to come out until it dropped onto the map. It's one of the novellas, so Mum's got that. One of the few authors that we agree on. Sort of. So I either have Cassandra, I have 2 of Gail's books, which I still need to catch up on. I have 3 Fairyloot books now, and I have the Grishaverse, which I heard about even before I started Fairyloot, and I decided to get it. Not knowing that I would then fall for Holly Black's Cruel Prince shortly after meeting her for a second time. Anything to do with elves, or Sealies, or the Fae, I guess I should say, Fae folk, I'll give it a shot. Give me a book, give me a reason, and I'll do it. So that is my challenge. Which book do I start? And how quickly can I finish? Because I'm going to stop stopping at bloody chapters that I like, and then come back at the end. Because I pause for a long time on chapters that I like and reread until I can visualise the scene in my head really quickly, just at the drop of an apple, it comes into my head or something. Which is why when I saw the apple in the picture, I think of fairy fruit, because of Carden. Anyway, so apart from Fairyloot, there isn't really much to say. It's the end of June. LFCC month begins on Sunday. No, Monday. Sorry. And there is no sign of them saving Shadowhunters, so there is nothing decent on TV. I'm rewatching Spooks. Let's try this properly. Live long and prosper.